Tyreek Hill has been released by the Miami Dolphins. The NFL offseason is out and running, James, as the Dolphins make the first big move of the offseason, releasing all-pro wide receiver Tyreek Hill. Now, before we get into what this means, make sure y'all are subscribed to Big Game Energy. Get us on Instagram. Get us on TikTok as well. We are posting daily content all over the place. So, James, the Dolphins, they clear up a ton of cap space by cutting Tyreek Hill. What are your thoughts?
Man, hey, first initial thought, man, I like this move from the Dolphins. Why not, man? I'm a guy, look, I'm a finance guy. And if it makes sense, it makes all the sense in the world for me. Cutting a 32-year-old ACL teared 5'4" receiver. Yeah, to
Dang.
save 22.8 million. Hell yeah, man.
Let's not get disrespectful.
Okay. I'm sorry, but in all honesty answer, I think the
5'4".
Dolphins 5'4". I'm so sorry, Tyree. He can run faster than me. See, look, this is why we'll get roasted for the comments.
That's okay.
That's okay. But no, in all honesty, I think this is the right move for the Dolphins just because, of course, you want to pay these players. You want to keep the box office players. But when you're paying these guys lots of money and you're regressing while other teams are freaking progressing, like, for example, the Patriots, we might make fun of them for their schedule merchant, but they made it to the Super Bowl immediately. Some other teams are getting better as we go. Heck, I love Tua over Justin Herbert, but as you can see, Tua and them not making the playoffs, Justin Herbert at least making the playoffs. So guys in his draft class are doing better than him. And right now, just everyone's injured prone. Tyreek's been injured prone. Tua's been injured prone. And we didn't even talk. Bradley Chubb got released too. So all this clearing slate is for new head coach coming in, just a new mindset because think about it. Look what Seattle just did. New head coach. They won the Super Bowl. So it's just one of those things that we got to start getting used to, Spence, is, man, hey, if some other teams are doing it, everyone else will probably follow suit. And I think that's what the Dolphins are doing. Hopefully, of course, the goal in the AFC is to make it to the playoffs. But when you have now not the Chiefs, the Bills and the Patriots making it already, I hate that your new goal going into this year is just be better than the Jets. But that should be an easy one.
Yeah, I think it's a clear just sign of waving in the white flag. They're going full rebuild. Now, I think they will retain Jaylen Waddle. They'll build around him. They'll build around Achane. Those are their certified weapons that they'll keep and build around on offense. And surprisingly, they actually have some pieces on defense that are pretty solid. I think the Dolphins, they might be a quicker turnaround than people expect. But as for Tyreek Hill, I have some odds for his next team in the NFL.
Okay.
So the overwhelming favorite, and you probably saw this one coming, is the Chiefs at plus 200. All right. Then there is the Bills plus 300, the Patriots plus 400, the Ravens plus 500, Eagles and Chargers tied at plus 600, Broncos plus 700, Cowboys plus 800, and then the last one with listed odds is the Saints, but long odds at plus 1,600. James, of all those odds, do any of those odds intrigue you? And where would you like to see Tyreek Hill playing next year?
Yeah, the only one that really intrigues me, and this might be a homer thing for me, is the Eagles, just because, yeah, we've heard all the rumblings about AJ Brown this, AJ Brown that, but I'm surprised the Eagles are that high up there. I get if you would have had them a little bit lower on that list just because, maybe you can swap AJ for Tyreek and all, but in my eye, I wouldn't do that as an Eagle fan or as an Eagle organization. And of course, you said the top two teams. Man, it just seems like that's the top two. Everyone's got to go to the Chiefs or the Bills. But in my eye, and this is only for me, and it was a joke I saw earlier on Twitter about, hey, 30-year-old washed up receiver, welcome to Baltimore, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but I would prefer that. It wouldn't be the height, the biggest wide receiver group with Zay Flowers and Tyreek Hill. But we always talk about Lamar Jackson doesn't have a guy, and they always say Zay Flowers is somewhat of a guy. But I like Baltimore, and of course, Baltimore and the Chargers. Those are the only two I like. As much as I hate Justin Herbert, I would love to see Tyreek, Ladd, and hey, man, put some respect on Quentin Johnson, man. The man was a baller this year.
Well, would he want to reunite with that offensive coordinator over there with the Los Angeles Chargers, Mike McDaniels? Would that be a reunion? I don't know. The way things ended in Miami, I don't think Tyreek's following Mike McDaniels to Los Angeles. I'll tell you this. For me, I think the Chiefs actually don't make a lot of sense. I think them being the favorites is like solely because of one, we got Chris Jones talking to the media about it. But also, I think people just see this. They see how the Chiefs were last year, and they think, oh, let's get Tyreek back on the Chiefs, and everything will go back to normal. I honestly think the Chiefs kind of have a good situation there with their receiving core, right? They have Rashee Rice, they have Xavier Worthy. Unless Rashee Rice is going to be missing some games again, I think they're going to be okay in that department. They could bring back Hollywood Brown, who is a free agent, but he might be more inexpensive to bring back to play the role that Tyreek Hill would play. But the team right after them, the Bills. Can you imagine the revenge narrative? If we got Bills versus Chiefs in the playoffs, we'd have Tyreek and Josh Allen going against the Chiefs in the playoffs. I could totally see that if Pat Mahomes comes back and rallies the Chiefs and they get to the playoffs. Imagine this. But also, just from that aspect of it, just Josh Allen throwing deep balls to Tyreek Hill, man, that could be fun. And they lacked sorely, and we saw it in the postseason, a true number one wide receiver. They really needed one. I will say your Eagles do intrigue me here because, hey, what does Jalen Hurts do really, really, really well? Like almost at one of the most elite rates in the entire NFL. Throw the deep ball. Tyreek Hill hasn't been the deep threat he has in years past, but if you put him on the field opposite of Devontae Smith, you're going to send him deep once or twice a game, and I think that could make for some fireworks.
Yeah, for me, Spence, I'm not going to lie. Like, I do like the Bills pick you have because what if, like you said, it's the AFC Championship, it's Bills versus Chiefs, and the Bills need to get 30 yards in 13 seconds.
Or get a long pass that the guy holds on to throughout the process of the catch, and unlike Brandon Cooks.
Oh, man, don't cook my guy on the thing. But no, I will say it depends on what is Tyreek's mindset. I know the guy is trying to catch up to Nick Cannon and Stephon Diggs with babies and baby mamas and all that. So what price does, Tyreek want to play at? We always talk about, hey, okay, come on, Tyreek. You've been an all-pro receiver. You've won a Super Bowl. How do you want your career to end? That's really how you want it to go. And do I think it's the Chiefs? No, because him and Pat Mahomes are going to be on State Farm commercials rehabbing their ACLs with Megan Trainor because that's who's going to be doing it. But in all honesty, it comes like, for example, would Tyreek decide to take a step back and, hey, play for the Eagles, be like the weirdest dream team receiver set with AJ, Tyreek, and Devontae? I don't think so. But at 32, what more could Tyreek do to lavish up his career than just Super Bowl rings? Because in all honesty, we're never going to think of Tyreek Hill as top 5 because you're going to have guys like Randy and T.O. and Jerry Rice, and some people, depending on who you talk to, love AB, love Marvin Harrison, love Larry Fitzgerald, yada, yada. So he'll never be up there with those guys. So it's, what do you want to end your career on? Super Bowl rings or more headlines? Because, hey, man, you might have found a dime piece somewhere. No,
Y'all let us know in the comments, though, where do you see Tyreek Hill playing in 2026? Y'all let us know the best destinations for him and what the Dolphins should do going forward. We'll see y'all next time on Big Game Energy.